Let's go. You ready? I am. Come on. Any second now. Hey. What's up, y'all? Hold up. Wait. Y'all already know I gotta open up those paws, and I really, really need this morning. Ooh, I had an exciting day yesterday, and ooh, I gotta shake it off. Doot, 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 doot. What's good, everybody here? It's Thursday, April 10th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. How is everybody doing this morning under the sound of my voice? It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and we are our bottom line. See, everybody's up in here this morning. Hope everybody had a fantastic evening. Because you know I always say, because I did. And why you always say the same thing, Bugatti? Why? Because I woke up this morning. Yeah, because I woke up this morning again. And that means that God got a plan for me. And as long as he got a plan, I'm going to keep on moving. Don't stop like the hands of time. What's good? Who we got in the building? Kendra Walker. Good over here. Maine Arbor is in Arizona. I want to know what the temperature is like in Arizona. I used to live there. Back in the day when you had CDs, it was possible for your CD to melt on the console if you left it in the car. You don't even know about that, right? Check this out. Who else we got up in this building? Okay. Who we got? We got Rebecca up in here. Who else we got? We got Batty Lynn. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Like I said, I know I am. Today, I got a lot of stuff to go into and a lot of follow-ups, and we have good news. We have really good news today on tariffs. We have good news on the Supreme Court. We just got good overall news. And why? Because we just keep on cracking at it. We just keep on working, and we just keep on putting it down. Positivity all day. And I'm just so happy to tell you guys, I'm glad to be able to bring it to you. So without any further ado, because we got a lot to go over, let's get into this title. Let me see who else we got up in here. Maine Arbor, okay, 73 degrees Fahrenheit, 23, okay, 73 degrees in the daytime when it's hot. Oh, nighttime is kind of cold, huh? At 3 a.m., okay. What we got here? Trump just keeps winning. And I want to talk about it. I saw that one right there. Who's that? That's J-Dub. What's good? Good morning, J-Dub. How everybody doing? Let's wake everybody up because we here this morning. We made it another morning. We made it another morning. He said 23 degrees Celsius. Got you. I caught you. I got it. I got you. So where we at? We at our bottom line. And what's happening this morning? Let's get into the clip. I don't want to waste time. I want to get to work. Let me get to work, guys. What do we have here? We got Trump says China wants to make a deal now. Oh my God. Finally. I'm talking about, he even said it himself. He said China is so ingrained and so dedicated. They're very strong people, but they finally want to make a deal. I'm just so happy about this. I think it's great. Could it be because he put like 145% tariffs on them, no? We're making like a couple of $1 billion every minute, he's saying. Oh my God, I can't wait to get into this. So yes, Trump says China wants to make a deal now. Fantastic. Hopefully it works out and it benefits the United States in a positive way where revenue starts to roll. Let's keep on going. What else we got here? Michelle Obama talks about the future in the comments on divorce speculations. Love on the rocks. Is it possible that there's love on the rocks when it comes down to the Obamas? It's a possibility. Let's get into that clip. I got that for you. And last but not least on our thumbnail title, we've got ICE returns to Rikers Island after 10 years of being banned from the prison. ICE, Mayor de Blasio signed in sanctuary cities 10 years ago. Once that happened, all of ICE officials had to leave all of the jails. So now, the lieutenant mayor just signed in and opened it so that ICE can now return to their offices on the jail Rikers Island. This means that when someone goes to the jail and they're an illegal immigrant and they don't belong here, they immediately get those silver bracelets, and then this right here. Watch your head. And then they're in the car like this all the way. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, they're going to El Salvador. They got to put their head down on the headrest because they can't look up. And then they're going to get over there, get their hair cut and everything like that because they decided to come here illegally and be criminals. That's what they deserve. Want to get into this title. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. And I want to know, again, where you guys are chiming in from because I always like to make sure that the content is relative to everyone that's here. I'm just so happy about this first story. I had to premiere it first. Let's go, y'all. This first story right here is about a judge, Bozeman, you know who we're talking about, Judge Bozeman. Well, his activism was shut down and the Supreme Court overturned the ruling where they said that Trump can no longer send back the criminals to El Salvador or Venezuela. Guess what? Now they can send them back and the judge can't do jack squaddly about it. So let's get into it. Let's go.
The U.S. Supreme Court has handed the Trump administration a major victory. It ruled Trump is allowed to use a wartime authority to deport alleged Venezuelan gang members. Now, all of this is after Washington, D.C. Circuit District Judge James Boasberg tried to block the president. The court also ruled the appropriate venue for these kinds of proceedings would be in Texas or wherever the plaintiffs are being held. As a result, then Judge Boasberg had to cancel his D.C. planned hearing on the case today.
He had to cancel the D.C. plan where he only gave them until 12 o'clock to answer, as well as that was the time when they were supposed to go in front of him for the D.C. case. Now that the Supreme Court has overruled this case and threw it out, nah, your D.C. case means nothing, nothing. You ain't really doing nothing, nothing. I'm selling crack and doing nothing. Nothing, homeboy. I got the voice for the record and the voice for the beat. All of that together make the boy complete. So listen up to the words I speak. I'm just so happy about this. Let's go.
And the president posted the U.S. Supreme Court has upheld the rule of law in our nation by allowing a president, whoever that be, to be able to secure our borders and protect our families and our country itself. A great day for justice in America.
Here we go.
Trump's administration is also taking a victory lap. Watch.
A monumental, colossal victory for the rule of law.
A massive victory for law and order and for our constitutional republic and the sovereignty of the United States of America.
A landmark victory for the rule of law. And this is what we've been arguing on behalf of President Trump from day one. These are enemies of our state, of our country, and they should be deported.
Bye-bye.
Republican Congressman Chip Roy of the great state of Texas, member of the Judiciary Budget.
See ya. Hope you had a good morning to ya. Hope we never see you again. Bye now. Okay, we got more to get into, you guys. I'm talking about y'all need to really take this energy from me this morning because I'm excited. Y'all ready? Check this out. Ice. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom. Ice. I ain't talking about vanilla ice. I'm talking about ice. They returned to Rikers Island after 10 years of being banned. Let's go, y'all. Let's get it going, y'all. I'm on a roll this morning. I'm so happy about this. I don't know what to do. And I'm about to hit you with this next one. Because like I said, doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. There we go.
For the first time in a decade, ICE will be able to open an office on Rikers Island. This after an executive order issued by First Deputy Mayor Randy Mastro.
Okay, Fox 5's Morgan Mackay joins us live from City Hall. Morgan, you spoke with the First Deputy Mayor about this subject today.
Yeah, Stephen and Tasha. And First Deputy Mayor Randy Mastro telling us that he's been working on this executive order since he was appointed to this position about 3 weeks ago, meeting with correctional officers and immigration officials. But this executive order is raising new concerns from some about the mayor's relationship with the Trump administration.
This could not come at a better time because we have a situation where now correctional officers are quitting, as well as there's a very small number of them. So as of 3 months from now, they're going to start letting people go. Eat light. They're going to start letting people go early from their sentences, not because they've been good criminals. They've been model inmates because they don't have the correctional officers to basically house them. So now what's happening is we got stuff like this going on in Rikers Island. Is a great thing. So when those criminal illegal migrants come through there, oh, you guys can't keep them? Let's send them to El Salvador.
At the end of the day, we're making New York City safer.
First Deputy Mayor Randy Mastro issued an executive order late Tuesday night that will allow ICE to return to their office on Rikers Island immediately.
It's about gleaning information and then using it in federal criminal investigations to go after the larger criminal enterprise of these transnational violent gangs.
ICE was booted from their office on Rikers Island in 2014 after former Mayor Bill de Blasio signed the Sanctuary City laws, which also limited how much information the Corrections Department can share with immigration officers. Mastro says that this new executive order is tailored so that immigration officials will only be helping to investigate criminal cases and will not be there to investigate civil immigration violations.
You're in Rikers serving criminal sentence, okay? You're going to serve your full sentence.
But this move comes after Mayor Eric Adams was facing public pressure from President Donald Trump's border czar Tom Homan to get ICE back on Rikers.
If he doesn't come through, I'll be back in New York City, and we won't be sitting on the couch. I'll be in his office, up his butt.
Leading some to accuse the mayor of cooperating with the Trump administration on this issue in exchange for having his criminal charges dropped. Allegations Adams has denied.
Promises made, promises kept.
Mayor Adams did recuse himself from this decision to get ICE on Rikers, but only a few hours before the executive order was issued. Council Speaker Adrian Adams says they are exploring all options.
We're taking a look at the executive order. We are taking a look at what it came down to. I don't think that there's any question about what all of this is about.
But Mastro insists the decision was left up to him.
Phenomenal.
Did you speak to President Donald Trump's border czar Tom Homan at all before issuing the executive order?
Never. Never met him, never spoken with him.
And you haven't spoken with him since?
Never spoken with him, never met him.
There haven't been...
But the only thing I got to tell you guys about this situation is what? We have an election coming up. And in the polls right now, even though Mayor Adams may have done this as well as put this guy in play, put the executive order in play where the lieutenant mayor did this, that does not mean that it can't be overturned. The only thing about it is now if, let's say Cuomo comes in and he's like, oh, we're gonna write that back out again. Of course, he's gonna have to go up against who? The president, right? As well as Tom Homan and the entire ICE people. So now it's gonna stand out a little bit like, why are you actually, going against, putting ICE back into the prisons? We believe that the prisoners who are illegal criminals should go to Rikers Island, and from there, they need to be deported. Every other criminal or anybody that's not a citizen of the United States of America, when they go to jail, normally the ICE or whoever's homeland's there to get them, to send them back. That's the right process right there. I'm in the comments right now. We stacked the deck pretty good. What you guys got to say? Okay, we got Casey Ramos. Good morning, Bugatti NYC. Thanks again for getting Big Gene to shout me out yesterday. You already know, Casey. That's how we do around here. And I'm glad that you came in here and said that and that you let people know how we get down over here. We went shopping and all of that. I got to send that dude his clothes. His cologne and everything. But we had a good time in there, man. We had a really good time yesterday. And everything I do is for us. Once we get these numbers up, we're going to turn up. We're going to go to other places. We're going to do everything. Also, when we get some snaps on the petrol, I'm going to start inviting you guys to come with me. Because one of y'all, if y'all live in New York, y'all want to come with me to that factory? Holla at me. I'll let you know next time we going, and one of y'all get to go. That's how your boy get down. Let's go. Main Arbor says, oh, MAGA, ice, ice, baby. Mr. 420 to you. Trump closed deals, period. What we got here? Dustin Lapson says, MAGA, ice, baby. J Dub says, ice, ice, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Get the kids, baby. Ice, baby means get the kids. Ice, ice, baby. They go. Main Arbor was dying laughing. That's right. That's what we here to do. Damn, that was a good signature, President Trump, wasn't it? Send them all back. We all on the same accord in here. And that's why we our bottom line. And I got to keep on doing my job to keep on making sure we get content. So the next thing that we're doing, finally, President Trump says China wants to make a deal. Yes, our president is about to talk. So if you guys do me a favor, I wanted to make sure I got some meat on the bone. No diddy. Do me a favor. Let's get those likes up because we need more people in the building. This 110 people right here, if we get those likes up, more people will come. Really need these numbers to come up because we've been doing pretty bad. The other day I got my lowest numbers, 8,000. That was kind of like crackheadish. I do not get paid for this at all. YouTube does not pay me because of the way I play these clips. I'm telling y'all straight up, I don't get no bread for this. After a month, maybe $200. For getting up every day at 3 o'clock and working till 7, that's not payment. So I'm being 1,000 with you guys. My focus is getting my numbers up. So after the numbers go up, it'll make sense. Keep it 100 with you guys. I'm telling y'all straight up and down. The reason I ask for likes is to get more people over here and to get those numbers up. After a while, when I get 40, 50, 60, 70,000, doesn't matter because then it'll be a little more bread and we can break bread together. Now, for me to keep on going, because I got more stuff on the bone for you guys, President Trump, China wants to make a deal. Let's go. You guys see how straight up I am? I do not like to lie because when you lie, you got to keep it up. I don't like doing stuff like that. It's BS, so let's keep going. Let's go. Rock out. Come on.
You started the morning saying be cool. And just a few hours later, there was a pause put in on the tariffs. Can you walk us through your thinking about why you decided to put a 90-day pause?
Well, I thought that people were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know? They were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid, unlike these champions, because we have a big job to do. No other president would have done what I did. No other president. I know the presidents, they wouldn't have done it. And it had to be done. What was happening to us on trade, not only with, you know, if you look at it, not only with China, but China was by far the biggest abuser in history, and others also, but somebody had to do it. They had to stop because it was not sustainable. Last year, China made $1 trillion off trade with the United States. That's not right. And now I've reversed it. It's for a short period of time, but we made $2 billion. We're making now $2 billion a day. And somebody had to do it. Roger actually said it. Charles Schwab was here a little while ago, one of the great financial people, and he said he's been waiting for 40 years for somebody to do what I did over the last month. And if you didn't do it, you wouldn't have a country. It wouldn't be sustainable. So I'm honored to have done it. And
I gotta really say it here. He really bet big. He gambled, and he took a lot of hits to do this tariff thing. A lot of people are not gonna give this man credit, but you really gotta give credit where it's due. He paused the tariffs because he's just getting so many calls and people going crazy. So now, this is when you step up after you proved your point, and y'all be, when you were in school back in the day, you'd be like this. So now what you got to say, huh? What you got to say now? And then they're gonna find one little thing. Well, this didn't go right. You were wrong about this. I said it before, I say it again. The man can be outside handing out diamonds. People still gonna be mad at him. Wait a minute, this is only 1 carat. He's never satisfied. They're never gonna be satisfied, especially when you don't like a person. They just wholesomely, deep down rooted, just don't like the man. They just don't like him. I, again, not a Democrat, not a Republican, not an independent. I'm a human being, but I know when there's a cut, like he said, when we're cut, we gotta spend some time trying to heal this wound in order for us to heal or get better to move forward. We can't keep operating hit up. That's not good. We need to heal ourselves and operate at 100%. And that's what's going on now. A lot of people shaking up about tariffs, but it's actually working. China's ready to negotiate. That's like solving a Rubik's Cube with 3 swipes. Almost impossible. Do me a favor, you guys, if y'all appreciate the content, let's double tap to get those likes up so more people come in the building. But let's go.
Look, nothing's over yet, but we have a tremendous amount of spirit from other countries, including China. China wants to make a deal. They just don't know how quite to go about it. It's one of those things they don't know how quite. They're proud people. And President Xi's a proud man. I know him very well, and they don't know quite how to go about it, but they'll figure it out. They're in the process of figuring it out, but they want to make a deal. And we have many other countries, as you know, many more than 75, and they all want to come. And they want to come here, or they'll go to Commerce, or they'll go to Treasury.
So now what y'all got to say? Yes, it's going to take a little while to get the boat to stop rocking, but guess what, y'all? Remember this? Now we're doing this. And guess what? Our boat is kind of strong now. Now it's like, hey, what's up? What y'all want? And what did Eric Trump say? Y'all don't know. I be going to find the tidbits. What did Eric Trump say? I feel bad for the last person that comes and says that they want to negotiate, because my dad's not going to be so quick to negotiate with them. The first person is the smartest. And I got to say, the first people were the smartest. You know who the first people were? Japan. They was like, we're going to be right in front of this. We're negotiating. There's other countries that's going 0 for 0. No tariffs. I'm in the comments now. What's good? What we got here? We got Taste Brands UK. Have you got $5? Wait a minute, man. Hold on a minute. Let me see. I want to see what he said. Have you got $5 in your bank account? I got about $5 in my bank account. That's about all that's in there. Especially with the tips that I get here, Taste Brands. I don't really get too much tips, so I don't know about that 5. My bank account might bounce. It might be $19 in there. Might be 19 in it. That means I can't even get the 20 out. That's why I said, if you're going to joke on me, it better be funny than what I could do to myself. Anyway, let's keep on going. Didi, Brad, how long do you think he is going to live? I had a story about that, but I ain't want to go into it. Somebody said, Dork, you got to get better with that. I don't know if it's for me or him, but okay. Breadcrumbs, what you on? Okay, what else? Spartacus, Trump is a gambler, but a smart gambler. No fear, all steam ahead. Spartacus, perfect example of what you're saying right there. The day that he went to play golf, after he implemented the tariffs, and everybody was like, how dare he go play golf? That's what I was telling y'all. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go play golf to really shake them up, to let all these other world owners, all these other world leaders know it is what it is. I'm so confident about what I'm saying. I'm going to play golf. And he actually won. So, whoa. And guess what? The funny thing about it is, do you know when he wins, we win? All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's keep on going to get the rest of this.
We have our great senators here and congressmen. They'll call John, they'll do somebody, they'll go through somebody, but they're all calling, how do we do this? They all want to make a deal. Somebody had to do what we did, and I did a 90-day pause for the people that didn't retaliate. Because
you want to talk about the 90-day pause? Let's get into that, because it's not enough on this to do it. We got to go to the next clip for that to talk about the 90-day pause, and let's go, because your boy's been working.
And people investing in our country, they're going to do better than they've ever done before. We have more car manufacturers, Roger, coming into our country now. Speaking of cars, we've never seen anything like it. And they're coming in because of the election, but they're coming in because of the tariffs, because they don't want to pay 25 or 50 or whatever it may be. They don't want to pay that. They can't pay that. We had 3 cancellations in Mexico, building a plant. They're all coming into the United States. Canada, they're coming in. From China, they're coming in from everywhere. And that's just cars. We have chip makers come. We're the biggest chip maker in the world, from Taiwan, coming in, spending $3 billion to build plants, and mostly a big plant. This is a hell of a plant when you spend the kind of money that they're going to go $200 to $300 billion, not million. You know, you'd say million would be the right number. It's not $200 to $300 billion. $1 billion. Think of that. $300 billion. If you look at Apple is going to spend $500 billion building a plant. They wouldn't be doing that if I didn't do this. They'd just keep building them in China. And that's unsustainable. It's not a pleasant thing to do, but I appreciate the question. And You know, interestingly, Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, Crazy Nancy, they've wanted to do this for years, but they never had a president that had the guts to do it. Because it
Showed you guys that clip when Nancy Pelosi was like 19. She was like 19 years old in Congress because she's been here since she's been about 14. Since pictures was black and white, Nancy Pelosi been here. What is she, about 87 right now, walking with a walker? Come on now. Term limits, please. But not to get off the subject. Nancy Pelosi, I had a clip 2 episodes ago. She's like, this is what happens. You got 3% tariffs from the United States and Canada's and China's at 34. That's not sustainable. This is when she was actually very lingual, didn't talk like this with the cane and the crutch and all of that. Yeah, really straight key points. But now all of a sudden, since he's doing it, now they got a problem with it.
It does take guts, believe me.
Was it the bond markets that persuaded you to reverse course?
I was watching the bond market. The bond market is very tricky. I was watching it, but if you look at it now, it's beautiful. The bond market right now is beautiful. But yeah, I saw last night where people were getting a little queasy. I think everything had. Well, the big move wasn't what I did today. The big move was what I did on Liberation Day. We had Liberation Day in America. We're liberated from all of the horrible deals that were made, all of the horrible trade deals that were made. And I was helped by people just like this, senator, congressman, and friends, right? And we had great help in the Senate. Our Republican senators have been amazing. They stood tall. And likewise in the House. And John Thune has done an amazing job. Barrasso has done an amazing job. I can't think of a senator, really. We had tremendous support. We got a bill passed the other day with almost unanimous support in the Senate, and I think we're going to get that in the House too. And I have to tell you that Mike Johnson is a great speaker. He's done a fantastic job. We had a majority of 1, now we have a majority of 7. And you don't realize how big 7 is until you have a majority of 1. 7 sounds like so much. But we're doing well. But Mike Johnson and John Thune have done a really great job.
Mr. President, was anyone influenced your decision? Did you speak with anyone? Jamie Dimon? Did you speak with anyone?
Well, I watched Jamie Dimon on Maria Bartiromo's show this morning, and he was very good. He said that, actually made the statement to effect that something had to be done with the tariffs and trade. He said that. He said, look, at some point, but he said something has to be done with tariffs and trade. He understood it. He's very smart and very a genius financially. He's done a fantastic job at the bank. And he knows that. Everybody knows that. Anybody that's even a little bit smart knows it. It wasn't sustainable what was happening.
This is the most important information that we're getting right now because it's about our pockets. It's about what's going to happen moving forward. We really need to gather this information. I want to move a little forward and go directly into the surge of what's going on after, because other areas are really not feeling this, but some people are really feeling the good effects of it already. So we have to keep on going. We don't keep one video going just to rate the content. I want to make sure that we're fully rounded on different aspects. I just wanted to make sure that that content was closed right there. So now I got something else that I want you guys to see, which is what the stocks are actually surging and where we're at in the markets, which is very important.
The stock market surged today after President Trump paused tariffs on dozens of trading partners. At the same time, the president is increasing the tariff against China to 125% immediately.
It comes after China announced a retaliatory tariff against the U.S. earlier today. The White House says more than 75 countries have reached out to negotiate about tariffs. There will now be a 90-day pause to allow for negotiations, but there will still be a 10% across-the-board tariff. Wall Street reacted quickly to this news. Stocks surged to one of their biggest gains since World War II. During an event at the White House today, President Trump commented on his decisions.
Look, nothing's over yet, but we have a tremendous amount of spirit from other countries, including China. China wants to make a deal. They just don't know how quite to go about it.
It was not immediately clear which countries would be covered by the pause. Earlier today, the EU also voted to impose new retaliatory duties, but those aren't set to take effect until next week.
Actually, a good idea. It's benefiting already, so we're going to see what happens in the market. The stock market is already bouncing back, and you guys know what happens when that ripple effects comes out. That's when we start to feel it ourselves. I want to know what you guys have to say about the content that we put up. Also, if you really appreciate it, let's get those likes up. Double tap that screen to let more people know that we're here. I've got so much more in the clip. Can't wait for you guys to see what else I got. This is nothing. It's going to turn up after this. But I really want to know what you guys have to say about what you just saw. Spartacus, Trump is a gambler, but a smart gambler. No fear at all. Full steam ahead. Vlad says this is a sort of politics with a hint of that stupid ass reality TV, but even those shows keep to the subject. This is like duck TV. Okay, if you don't like it, get up out of here, Vlad. Okay, Spartacus says if anyone knows how to surf it would be a Trump on stocks, businessman, president, and a different way of going like him or not. He's smart. Shy said J Dubs, I don't know what you said, park and get a job. Somebody said losers. Then we got Amanda says, hope y'all know Elon got into people's SSI and information. President shouldn't be about making people suffer. FC Trump. Woo! She went in on that one. Can't comment. I made bank on a 525 spy call yesterday. Whoa, okay. EZ says globalists take that pay cut. What else you got here? We got Frank Vrooman. Good morning, Frank. Good morning. Just being snarky to the weirdos. I didn't know Tiger was getting that. Okay, what else we got here? We got It's a Few J-Dubs. Taste Brands UK said these days traders are making bank. Get your money up. Breadcrumb on toast. Pump and dump bullsh. J-Dub says, who is Parker? Can't comment says, what golfer? Frank Tiger. Okay, we're not talking about that. That's not Tiger here. We're not talking about Tiger Woods. Frank Vrooman. Oh no, the golfers don't like him either. I don't know what you're talking about, but we're going to keep on moving forward. Hopefully you guys like the content because like I said, it ain't over and we got so much more to go. Let's get a little bit more of this content right here and get up out of here. What we got? Oh, I think we got it all already. So we got to move forward now, guys. We have to move forward. I got to let you guys know about something else that we got up in the clip today. All right. More executive orders have been signed. And these executive orders have to do with people that were in the administration who weaponized their positions and got out of office and are benefiting from it. Want you guys to see what you just saw. You like this? You like the signature? Well, check out this executive order that Trump's about to sign, and they're going to explain why they're signing it. Check this out. All of this is brand new information right off the press. I'm bouncing around to a bunch of different places and different situations so that we can keep up to date on what's going on. We get it all in one place instead of running around, all right? But one more thing, let's get out the way. Let's get these local businesses, because I did say that. Local businesses react to Trump tariffs and prepare for a potential long-term effect, because some of these businesses, believe it or not, even though these tariffs are coming into effect, they're still going to take a hit. Steel and different businesses. Perfect example, there's always a rift. There's always people that's going to take a hit when you have situations like this going on. And this is a perfect example in this category here of local businesses that are reacting to the tariffs.
President Trump backing down on his tariffs on most nations for 90 days. Some Utah businesses say they're feeling anxiety because of the uncertainty. Our Jonathan May is going around the Salt Lake Valley to talk with several store owners. Jonathan, tell us how they're feeling tonight.
Well, Sarah, these store owners are telling me it's a hard time right now to make decisions with the uncertainty around tariffs. One business telling me they had to stop on slowing down growth with the uncertainty in the meantime. And still workers say costs are up and they don't know what prices are going to be week to week. Sparks fly inside Steel Products Manufacturing.
I'm building out till August. I quote prices today and they order. And I have no idea what's going to transpire next week, next month.
In 2013, they started making dumpsters for the construction industry.
We've weathered a lot of storms. We'll definitely weather this one, but there's so much uncertainty right now, I'm not exactly sure where it's going to end up. You know, it's on again, off again, just about every day. So I guess we'll see. I got hit with a 20% increase as soon as the rumor surfaced that there was going to be tariffs in February. They hadn't even taken effect yet, and my price went up 20%. Once the price goes up, rarely does it come back down.
It's about steel and it's about a construction product, but we can equate this to potato chips. Once the damn price go up, it doesn't come down. It's like once we get them comfortable there, why would we bring it down? Why? Because it's only 8 damn chips in the bag and you're trying to get $1.50 from us or $2. That's a 25-cent bag of potato chips. And back in my day, wasn't even. Not no Bonton. Huh? Bonton was a real potato and cut from a potato. This crap y'all serving us now, turn it around, watch what it says. Bio-made, all this crazy stuff in it. I know what I'm talking about. Let's get to these comments. What you guys got to say? Zinga Man Zong says, the Trump supporters aren't bots. People actually love Trump. What else we got here? Mark R, the last 4 years, Dumb and Dumber. Okay, what else we got? Stealing from the people. What else we got here? VIP Auction Group. Thank you for being here this morning. One of my favorite co-hosts, VIP Auction Group. What's good? How you doing? Good morning, all. Please double tap your screen to like the video, subscribe, and you can donate via Super Chat by clicking the dollar bill icon. Thank you so much, VIP. That's why I rock with you. I ain't even read your comment, but I know how you get down. Look at that. Who else we got here? Sly says 58. He likes people that supports a criminal. Oh, you're funny. J-Dub. How is that TDS in the morning? Does that taste goose? I don't know what you're talking about. You seem like a bot. You about to go. Didi, Elon Musk lost a lot in the last few days. He is still standing with Trump. Yeah, because, you got to stand up. If you're really about something, even when you take a hit, you stand. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. But you also got to know how to take a punch. How about that? Check that out. Let's be real about it. But I want to get a little bit more of this, and then I got some more stuff that I want to show you guys.
Marbles fly down each level in this game. You can play at Mochi Kids.
We were planning on producing new goods and expanding our business, but now, because of the tariffs, we are kind of taking a break.
It started as a clothing brand 10 years ago.
We carry products from Japan, Korea, all over Europe, China, Mexico, Canada. We got emails from different vendors and brands that we carry saying that they're increasing their prices due to the tariffs.
Stewart says some of their brands.
So now this is what you guys are talking about. When the vendors increase their price, who's the one that takes the hit? 9 times out of 10, it's the customer, because the vendor, they raise the price, and now the retailer, in order for them to make a profit, they have to add their piece and add a little more. Same thing like with eggs. And now what happens? The people like us get hit with the higher charge. So again, perfect breakdown of what's going on. Yes, we have a situation where there's money influxing coming in. The stock market is going back, getting back in a proper manner, but we still took that hit. So we're still healing. And if you heard from Donald Trump, our president, he still said, it's not fully done. We're still negotiating, because guess what? Still got to negotiate with over 75 countries. You still got to negotiate and finalize the structure, all the logistics and things of that nature. So we're not exactly going to start to feel the effect of the positiveness of this money influx that's actually happening. And unless you're directly involved in chip making, car manufacturing, and things that already got this influx, you're gonna have to wait a little while. We're gonna have to wait a little while to feel that influx. Want to see what you guys have here? We also got a super chat there. Really appreciate that super chat. Who did it come from? What we got here? What we got? We got $5 from from the white man. Thank you so much, the white man. Everything is appreciated. Like I always tell you guys, I don't really worry about the coffee because I got coffee in the kitchen. But I really would appreciate if we can get those likes up, because that brings more people here. And I always got good content for you guys, and we always really go for the comments. A lot of people say, why do you guys come here? Y'all could play these clips yourself. But do you have the community, the comment area, and all of the people that can read your comment and actually reply to it? That's what our bottom line is about. Also, I need you guys to do me a favor right now, because I saw the word about 2 times. Let me know if there's bots in here so we can get them out. Do me a favor, if anybody is paying attention, if there's any bots Anybody really not sticking to the accord, let's get them out of here because I'm ready to work on that side too. It's just a lot of people, so I can't really get them. But I've seen the word a few times, and y'all know how we do. So now we got to keep on moving forward because we already see what's going on when it comes to tariffs. We already see the reflection of how it's hitting us when it comes down to the retail aspect, right? So now I want to go to a little more executive orders. When I told you about the people that have been weaponizing their positions, as well as that were in the last administration that basically came against Trump. So President Trump is signing more executive orders, as well as talks about weaponization with Miles Taylor. Basically, they were in office and they're having their security revoked, as well as I think they're actually being investigated too. I would never want the president himself to sign that signature on any type of paper that got anything to do with me. That's too much concentration on one person. I myself would never want to be Miles Taylor. Check this out. Show you guys this new executive order that's being written against Miles Taylor, and they're going to explain why. Check this out. Back in the office, let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next presidential memorandum we have for you relates to Miles Taylor. You may recall that Miles Taylor served in the Department of Homeland Security during your previous administration. In his capacity with the Department of Homeland Security, he leaked classified information. He wrote a book under the pseudonym Anonymous, making outrageous claims both about your administration and about others in it. What this presidential memorandum is going to do, one, it's going to strip any active clearance that he has in light of his past activities involving classified information. It's also going to order the Department of Justice to investigate his activities to see what else might come up in that context, given his egregious behavior during your previous administration.
And I had no idea who this guy was. I had no idea. I saw him on CNN, or one of them, I guess CNN, a lot. He'd be on all the time saying that the president is I had no idea. It's like, in this office you have a lot of young people, and they're here. I'll see him for 2 minutes, and I assume he was in the office, but I barely remember him. It was somebody that went out and wrote a book and said all sorts of terrible things that were all lies. And it was like he was this gentleman or that gentleman, like I dealt with him all the time. I had no idea who this guy. I said, who the hell is Miles Taylor? And he made a living on going on CNN talking about the president. And I think what he did, he wrote a book, Anonymous, said all sorts of lies, bad things. And I think it's like a traitor. It's like spying. He walks into the office. He's supposed to be sitting here. A lot of people, I'll be here, and there'll be 20 people standing in the room. There'll be oftentimes young people in the office. I assume he was one of them at least. But I didn't know anything about him. And he wrote a book, Anonymous, and I always thought it was terrible. And now we have a chance to find out whether or not it was terrible. But it was a work of fiction. Had a lot of publicity, got himself a nice job with CNN, or one of them. And I think we have to do something about it. You can't have that happen. If that happens to other presidents, it wouldn't be sustainable for other presidents. They seem to be able to sustain. But if that happened to other presidents, it's just unfair. And if it was a Democrat president, I'd say that's a terrible thing. A thing like that can happen. That's a terrible thing.
Question. I want to know if you guys think that he's using this position right now the wrong way. Because a lot of people in the comments, I see what you're saying and I'm reading it. A lot of people are like, oh, why is he doing that? So if you think that he's using his power in the wrong manner, thumbs down. If you think that he's using his power right now for good and to go after the wrong weaponization, thumbs up. I'd really like to know what you guys have to say about a thing like this, because guess what? A lot of people would do this behind closed doors, especially trying to explain it, because it could seem like, oh, now that you're the president, you're going to go after these people. So I want to know from you guys, do you feel that he's using his position to weaponize to get this person, or you do not feel like he's using his position? Thumbs up if you do, thumbs down if you don't. Let's get to the comments. Want to see what you guys are saying. Okay, we've got Go Trump with thumbs up. And you are for, you for him and you saying that. Frank Vrooman, thumbs up. Big Meech Goon says thumbs up. So you think he's using his position? All the thumbs up is people that think he's using his position. Sleepyhead says no, thumbs down. Justin Michael says go Trump, and still got the thumbs up. Lisa Dupree, thumbs up. Got a Michelle Silliman that says thumbs up. Power going great. Okay. Trump single-handedly crippled China economically while extending free trade for other countries for 90 days. Tigress just wrote that. Kind of good point right there. I like that, Tigress. We've got digital with thumbs down, enemies within. Andrea's K says biggest liar on the planet doesn't like it when other people lie. You skipped my super chat, bro. Okay, did I? J-Dub? Oh shit, did I? I'm sorry. I ain't see no super chat from you. I don't even see it there. I wouldn't do that. I don't care if it's $1. You know how I get down. Let me see. Oh, J-Dub, thank you so much. $2. Would a bot send a super chat? Yo, I'm sorry, J-Dub. I apologize for that. And thanks for putting me in line. Thanks for straightening me out. And guess what? You know what a real man can do? A real man can apologize. And you know what? I do think I remember you because you do chat sometimes. So, what's wrong with me? I'm up too early, y'all. I'm sorry. And I can do that. I can apologize. Let me get this other super chat right here. But I want to keep working. I want to earn what I'm doing. I want to get them videos played. The White, $10, man. Thank you so much. He's definitely not perfect, but overall, he's doing what we need. Hey, I like that. I like that because guess what? It's just like the medicine aspect that he said. He said this, the U.S. was sick. We needed the medication. We needed to get ourselves right. And guess what, y'all? Man put himself on the line out there. When somebody does that, that's like a pioneer. I can't do nothing but show props for that. I can't look at something that's beneficial to people and that's really helping people and act like I don't see it. I'm not that person. This is good, and this is good stuff that's going on when it comes down to those tariffs. As far as this goes, the majority of people here, y'all are saying that he's using his power for what's going on here. But let's get the rest of it because I want him to finish explaining what's going on here exactly with this executive order. He's done it to a lot of law firms as well, other law firms as well. So check it out. Let's get the rest of it.
Here, and there'll be 20 people standing in the room. There'll be oftentimes young people in the office. I assume he was one of them at least, but I didn't know anything about him. And he wrote a book, Anonymous, and I always thought it was terrible, and now we have a chance to find out whether or not it was terrible. But it was a work of fiction. Had a lot of publicity, got himself a nice job with CNN or one of them. And I think we have to do something about it. You can't have that happen. If that happens to other presidents, it wouldn't be sustainable for other presidents.
True.
They seem to be able to sustain. But if that happened to other presidents, I mean, it's just unfair. And if it was a Democrat president, I'd say that's a terrible thing. A thing like that can happen. That's a terrible thing. And it's time to find out whether or not somebody can do that. Can they write a book about very confidential meetings? And, because they happen to be one of a lot of people in a room, and they go out and write a book, and worse than that, call it anonymous, like it's a big deal. And everybody's saying, who is it, who is it, who is it? Then it was found out who he was a long time later. And he got a lot of publicity off that one. He's like a promoter. But we're going to find out whether or not somebody's allowed to do that. I think it's a very important case, and I think he's guilty of treason, if you want to know the truth. But we'll find out. And I assume we're recommending this to the Department of Justice.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want no president to sign nothing like that on me. Oh my God. What? Woo!
Okay, good.
Hell no.
Terrible guy.
Similarly, sir, Christopher.
Oh, we got another one. I ain't even see this one. Yup, we seeing this for the first time together.
For Krebs, the former head of CISA. This is a man who weaponized his position against free speech in the election context, in the context of COVID-19.
Oh, yeah.
This is another, it's a similar presidential memorandum to the one you just signed. It addresses his access to government, existing clearances he might have, and further instructs your Department of Justice, other aspects of your government, to investigate some of the malign acts that he participated in while he was still head of CISA.
Okay.
This is another one. I don't know that I met him. I'm sure I met him, but I didn't know him. And he came out right after the election, which was a rigged election. badly rigged election. We did phenomenally in that election. Look what happened to our country because of it. Open borders, millions of people coming into our country. Russia and Ukraine, that would have never happened. October 7th would have never happened. Afghanistan, the way that they withdrew with 13 dead, but so many killed, actually. I mean, so many killed outside of the 13 soldiers, hundreds of people killed. And maybe, I don't know, never mentioned, but I mentioned it, 42 or 43 people so badly injured, the legs, the arms, blown off, the face.
Yeah.
And this is all because of an incompetent group of people that preceded us, and that would have never happened. And this guy Krebs was saying, oh, the election was great, it was great. Well, it's been proven that it was not only not great. When you look at all these lawyers and law firms that are signing, giving us hundreds of millions of dollars, it was proven by so many different ways in so many different forms, from the legislatures not approving to the 51 intelligence agents that worked from all of the different scamming operations. It was a very corrupt election. They used COVID to cheat. And we're going to find out about this guy too, because this guy's a wise guy. He said, we've proved this is the most secure election in the history of our country. No, this was a disaster. And frankly, we should go to paper ballots, same-day voting, voter ID, and one other thing, a vote, you should get a little certificate that says you're a citizen of our country.
Not if you're in a sanctuary city, and not if you got the deck stacked against you. Like, hey, anybody had this feeling? Hey, you guys come on over to the border. We want to stack the deck and get all of you guys over here. Then we're gonna tell you that we, the Democrats, are the ones that hooked you up. So next time you guys can vote for us. Because the people that's over here right now, they're not securing the deal for us. We need to stack the deck that way. And I told you guys again, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not an independent, and I'm not a Republican. So don't think I'm hating and I'm picking one side. I'm a human being. I just can really see what's going on. How about that? Step out of your party and see if you can see what's going on. I'm in the comments, let's go. All the aliens need to be deported. Redneck 97, 2 words, go home. They need to go home, period. Yes, sir, says E. Beganator. What else we got? We got Noah Coram says, can you imagine Biden or Harris talking with world leaders? They will fold as soon as it starts. We need a strong leader that puts his people first and don't let no other countries take advantage. And that was Noah. Noah, you just dropped the bomb. Boom. Digital Warrior says the birth certificate is the certificate. Damn, that's an X. I don't even know how to say that. I'm trying though. They tried. What else we got? Arthur says the homeless aren't going to crap on the streets by themselves. What else you got? Splash Coding says it's called the Social Security card. How about Kendra Walker says, if you're enjoying the content, double tap the screen, please. Listen to Kendra, y'all. She knows what she's talking about. Michelle Sillyman says, all the mess would have never happened. Exactly correct. If you don't know, still you will. The facts don't care about your feelings. Keep on going. We got more on the board.
Get a citizen piece of paper that says you're a citizen before you can vote. But you want voter ID and you want paper ballots, and you really want same-day voting. If you don't have same-day voting, they decide to change the air conditioner. Oh, we're fixing the air conditioner. Let's move all these boxes. We'll bring them back in a few days, and then they don't bring back those boxes. We got to have safe elections. We have to have borders. Ideally, we have to have a free press, which we don't have. We don't have a free press. We have a very dishonest press. This is an honor. We're going to find out whether or not he was right. This was a disgraceful election, and this guy sat back saying, well, I'm a member, or like he's a Republican or something, and almost right from the beginning, and he's tried to make the case that this election was a safe election. I think he said, this is the safest election we've ever had. And yet, every day you read in the papers about more and more fraud that's discovered. He's the fraud. He's a disgrace. So we'll find out whether or not it was a safe election. And if it wasn't, he's got a big price to pay. And he's a bad guy. There's another one. I have no idea who he is. Krebs. I have no idea who he is. I'm sure he was in the room at some point, just like you're all in the room, but I have no idea who he was, so thank you.
Yeah, so like I said, I would never want to be on the receiving end of that. I would rather be the guy receiving the folder than the guy that they going after. Because that's too much power coming after a regular person. Executive order? Oh, man. You got the president mad at you and his people after you? You need to go ahead and pack up and leave the country. My thing, I think you need to leave the country. That's what I would do. Check this out, though. We're going to keep on going because, check this out. Let me tell you something. Common sense, it's not too common. But smart people like you, when you always see something, don't second guess yourself. A lot of people in here are very smart. Don't second guess yourself when you see something. So all of a sudden, if you see something getting broken into, or your neighbor's house is getting broken into, or you see a moving truck pull up, I ain't trying to tell you to be nosy, but 9 times out of 10, if you really see something, because your eyes are the windows to the brain and in your inner, you 9 times out of 10, you really know what's going on. Check this out. FBI raids a Coconut Grove art gallery. They had such work, basically fake artwork, and they were acting like it was real. And so basically the FBI went in there. People talking about, oh, we don't know what's going on. They're just taking things out. They covered up all the windows. If they taking things out and they covered all the windows in Coconut Grove, that means that something happened in that art gallery. Let's go to see what's going on with this in this art gallery real quick. Because Coconut Grove is a place where a lot of rich people live and they go to vacation in their homes. And they have like a lot of rich people down there. So there's people that will try to rip people off like this, front and like they got real paintings and stuff like that. Let me let them tell you what's going on with this. Check this out.
Developing now in Coconut Grove, a very active scene here. FBI agents raiding a business and taking out evidence all day long. Local 10's Leanne Motorhome live now in the Grove with what she's learned today. Leanne?
Agents swarming the street overnight. They are still here hours later. We're told that all of this started in the overnight hours. There is so much bustling activity here in Coconut Grove. The focus of their attention, an art gallery.
An FBI operation unfolding Wednesday in Coconut Grove. Agents hauling away boxes from Miami Fine Art Gallery filled with what appear to be pieces of art in foam wrap.
And I'm scared about that.
Restaurant owner Vincenzo Borriello had to shut down his business for the day. It's right next door. He says he saw agents here hours ago.
Yeah, I'm coming today at 9 a.m. in the morning. So, and I saw outside of my restaurant like terrified agent of FBI.
Sky 10 flew above the scene on the 3000 block of Commodore Plaza. The FBI doing its best to conceal its efforts, setting up tents so they can work and covering windows with paper. Agents were seen entering 3180 Commodore and another art space at 3162. The official word from an FBI spokesperson is that this is a, quote, court-authorized law enforcement activity in the area. Records show the owner of Miami Fine Art Gallery is Leslie Roberts. He pleaded guilty to a mail fraud charge in 2015 and was sentenced to 22 months. The feds say he used the mail to sell forged and fraudulent copies of art that he told buyers were real.
That's it right there. Put 2 and 2 together. They went in there confiscating fake Picassos or fake artwork. That's all that happened. In the comments. Look, he got busted, y'all. Got it and agree. Anyone can make same assumptions like that. If any other person was president, the stock market would not be crashing right now. Ooh, what else we got? We got Ron that says, change Bonnie's diaper. Mary Bayer says, I wonder how many Ukrainians live in the area. Michelle says, well done. Keep moving forward. Kendra says, correct, VIP. At VIP. Dee Dee says, agree. What VIP said? Digital Warrior. Google says, you're wrong. Gulf of America right there. What we got, considering we have work ERA, nobody's talking about this. We're going to keep it going and finish it up.
He's also the subject of an ongoing lawsuit where the plaintiff alleges he sold them fake Warhols. He's denied wrongdoing to news outlets like the New York Times and Coconut Grove Spotlight.
To be clear, the FBI has not provided any details about what they're doing here, whether it has anything to do with what's alleged in that lawsuit, whether the business is specifically the subject of their investigation, or whether it even pertains to art.
We're about to find out. Also, you guys remember that story yesterday I told you about with the 13-year-old that was found deceased? The 13-year-old soccer player that was found deceased. Well, sad to find out today that an illegal migrant soccer coach, so I think the school gonna get in trouble on this. Illegal migrant soccer coach is accused of murdering this 13-year-old soccer player. This is why we need the Aliens Enemies Act. This is why we need to keep on sending them to El Salvador and Venezuela and to their countries of origin. Period. And I'm not even saying nothing. That's all I gotta say. Send them back, send them back, send them back. And how the hell did he get this job? That's another question. Let's go.
Listen to this. An illegal immigrant working as a soccer coach in Los Angeles, now charged with murdering one of his players and sexually abusing two others. 13-year-old Oscar Hernandez disappeared after boarding a train to visit his soccer coach last month. His body was found on the side of the road last week. Former acting ICE director and former federal prosecutor Jonathan Fahey joins me now. Jonathan, it is an allegation so heinous, murder during the commission of a lewd act with a child, that this suspect could be charged with the death penalty or could face the death penalty. And yet Biden's open border policies welcome this guy with open arms, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's truly shocking when you hear about the details of this. And what's particularly shocking, I was looking at some of Bill Malugia's reporting on this. He was known in 2022, there were allegations of sexually abusing a minor. And again, that wasn't enough to get him removed by the Biden administration. They weren't removing anyone until at least they were convicted of serious crime. So if their administration had been on top of their game, this guy could have at least been removed in 2022 and this crime would have never happened. But it just shows the difference between the Biden administration and the Trump administration on this issue, because the Trump administration is trying to keep the serious criminals out. The Biden administration was welcoming them in on these things like the CBP One app, putting them up in hotels, doing all these things to wine and dine them and make their stay here quite comfortable. And the Trump administration is doing its very best to get the most serious criminals out of the country and preventing new ones from coming in.
And the sad part about it is if a person like this was in another state, they'd probably be in a sanctuary state and they wouldn't get handed over to ICE. That's why I'm thumbs up for having ICE on Rikers Island. You process them and give them their time and let ICE come get them and get them the hell out of here. Period. That's it. Nothing to talk about. Do not pass go. Do not collect $300. And you're lucky I don't got a steel-toe boot to kick you in your A to get you up out of here. Straight up and down. What y'all got to say about this? What else we got? We got Michelle that says, and shouting to us that they are not criminals. The facts have proved that. Was a LIE. Okay. Anthony Lewis says it can happen to any one of our loved ones. But this person right here did something bad. What are you talking about, Michelle? What are you talking about? Natalie Georgievich says, watch your back because these creepers are everywhere right now. Yeah, they everywhere. Natalie know what she's talking about. Send him to jail in El Salvador. No, I think they need to give him that. You can't see it. It's electric. Boogie, yoogie, yoogie. They need to give him that electric. Zzz, zzz, and they need to let everybody that he hurt or everybody's family member watch it go down. Call me what you want. You think I'm agreeing with something like that, messing with some little kids? Get my bags. Meet me at the airport. I might be there. I'm going to tell you honestly, I ain't going to be there. That's why I always tell y'all that. Get my bags. Meet me at the airport. And I might be there. Because if it has something to do with some nonsense like this, messing with some little kids or some babies, I'm never going to be in agreement with no nonsense like that. Ever. And yes, I do get passionate about it because it's a serious point.
And that deterrent effect is already being seen at the southern border. The numbers are a pittance compared to what we saw over the course of the last 4 years under Joe Biden. Meantime, the Supreme Court ruling that the Trump administration does not have to rehire.
Yeah, so now we're going to go and get Anyana real quick. Because I didn't know that this was going on, but you can learn something from anybody. Right now, we got a situation with the banks. And this Ayanna Presley, she's slamming the GOP's efforts to uncap overdraft fees on banks. I gotta say I agree with her. The point that she's making. I mean, I'm not gonna speak about The elephant that's in the room when you guys watch this clip, or the actual visual of Ayanna, because I don't know what's going on there, but she makes a strong point when it comes down to these banks, and I'm all for it. That's why I'm trying to tell you, I can be for something. If it's something that makes sense, I'm gonna be for it. If it doesn't make sense, I just can't rationale to say that I'm gonna be for it. I just can't. This right here actually makes sense. Does not mean, it does not have to do with party. It's just basic common sense. Check this out. It's a small clip, but I wanted you guys to see it.
From Massachusetts recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Ranking Member Waters. Under your leadership, we have advocated to create an economy that works for all people, not just Elon Musk and wealthy billionaires. That is why I oppose this measure to overturn the Consumer Financial Protection, emphasis on protection, Bureau rule that caps overdraft fees by banks at $5. The work of CFPB has been cost-saving and life-changing, but this bill would undo that progress. Whether it is an elder whose Social Security check was delayed into her direct deposit, likely because of Trump's mass firings, or the young college student who makes the innocent mistake of confusing a savings and a checking account, anyone can be affected by unnecessary junk fees. But let's be honest, it is our most vulnerable who will bear the brunt of the harm. For the single parent who has to pay bills today with money that is coming tomorrow, overdrafting may be their only option. And the exorbitant fees, sometimes $35 for every overdraft, would further push them into debt. It's a shame the Republicans are attacking poor people just to help greedy bank CEOs get richer. The shame and the sham of it all.
So now the Republican part, I don't agree with it, but as far as what she's saying about the bill, I do, because of what's in that what she's saying. As far as blaming anybody, whatever, no. But overdraft fees, like there's a lot of people here that's like, oh, you know what? Worst come to worst, I'll just do an overdraft and I'll pay it. Now they're trying to increase it. So she was just basically saying that. What about the elderly and the blame game and all of that? I'm not backing that part. Don't try to get me. But that bill is coming into play. So we have to what? Even if the person that's giving the information, we don't like the information, we have to still listen, because it's still something that actually happening. So how are we going to adapt to the actual situation that's happening? That's why I always play all the information and I listen to both sides instead of, oh, I'm not going to listen to you because you're Republican. I'm not going to listen to you because you're a Democrat. No, you listen to everybody. Then as a human being, as smart people, we evaluate and we come up with our own assessments. That's how we've been getting this far, and that's what got us this far in life. So don't always look at, oh, it's Fox, oh, it's MSNBC, oh, it's CNN. Stop doing that. Check out that information from Fox. See if they're lying. See if CNN is lying. See if MSNBC is lying. See if these guys are lying, but look at them as they're putting the flag in the air and there's a possibility of something going on. And then you do your own assessments. That's the best way to do it. That's how I found the best way for myself. Rizza says facts. Noah says reach. Never look at one side. Absorb both sides and make your own options. Noah says preach. Harris says Christians, we know a Harris voter. Harris, you out of your mind. If you don't even think about it and don't even go there. I could either have not voted or voted for Harris. Y'all let me know. I would never. Sorry, I'm not stupid that way. So you're wrong, Harris. Wrong. VIP Auction Group says, yeah, one fee not charging multiple fees. No, one fee not charging multiple fees. That's BS. They're right about that. That's right. And that's, again, why we get the information. Another political expert on YouTube. No, I'm not. I learned from my people here, Christian, and we're learning together and we're getting better as we move forward. So, and you can learn with us too. So if that's the way you feel, maybe you need to stick around and see what the show is about, because that's what it's about, bro. It's about learning and getting information. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. Bumpy Johnson says Democrats haven't done a damn thing for the poor. Ooh, Bumpy. Randy French says, sounds like fear porn. Woo. Susie says, I'm with you and America. Michelle says, that's awesome at Tigress. Make America have common sense again. That's going to be pretty hard. Because you know what I say a lot? Everybody, common sense ain't too common. That's my saying. Common sense ain't too common. You could walk up to somebody nowadays with a 1+1 question and they be like, 17? You could give them the answer in your question 55. That's just how things are right now. And sadly, that's because education. People, we're 40th when it comes down to education. Keep on saying that to yourself. We're 40th, 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 40th. Not number one, just because we like ourselves and we think that America's great and we love it here. We're 40th. Japan is beating us. Other countries kicking our butts when it comes down to education. We are thunthadunts when it comes down to the level of education when it breaks down. Sad to say it. It's just true. But moving forward, I want to talk about somebody that used to be our president, you know, that has a very influential wife who you may know of. Her name is Michelle Obama, as well as the fact that they're saying that there's a possibility. Let me just put it like this. Michelle Obama addresses future pushback and divorce speculations. So could there be a problem with the group? I mean, with the couple? We don't know. With that arrangement, you know, because a lot of people are saying that Michelle Obama used to be Michael Obama. You know, I found a couple of pictures that I'm not too sure about, but let me show you guys real quick what they're saying about the Obamas. Are there love on the rocks? Ain't no surprise. Any of your dreams? Let me tell you some lies. Let's go, y'all. We're gonna see what's going on with the Obamas right now, because the love is possibly on the rocks. But we're gonna let Michelle tell it. All right, let's go. Let's see what Michelle got to say about it.
Michelle Obama blasting rumors that her marriage is on the rocks, essentially, with the 61-year-old on this podcast with TV star Sophia Bush, Work in Progress it's called, saying she's making what she calls big girl decisions about her life and how she wants to spend her time.
This year, people were, they couldn't even fathom that I was making a choice for myself, that they had to assume that my husband and I are divorcing. This couldn't be a grown woman just making a set of decisions for herself, right?
Right. Now, the former First Lady did not mention any specific events, but some of these tabloid rumors started to be fueled after her husband, Barack Obama, the former president, was seen attending some high-profile events, including former President Jimmy Carter's funeral, President Trump's inauguration, solo. Rahima Ellis is joining us now. What else did Michelle Obama say here?
She had a lot to say, and I think we probably have to preface it by, this is a thoroughly modern former first couple. And they are all on social media. They are, in some ways, they are changing the culture of what we might think about in terms of a first couple. And she's said that people have boxed her in for the most part, and she's trying to break out of that box. Take a listen.
That's what society does to us. We start actually finally going, what am I doing? Who am I doing this for? And if it doesn't fit into the sort of stereotype of what people think we should do, then it gets labeled as something negative and horrible.
And she's not settling for that. She's branching out and telling her own truth, if you will. Hallie?
What's been interesting is that both of the Obamas, Michelle in particular, has been really open over the past maybe decade here about their relationships' ups and downs. Like in 2022, the former First Lady talked about how there was like a decade where she says, couldn't stand my husband when the kids were really little, when their daughters were really young. And you saw at that moment, some people were saying, man, that's so refreshing to hear somebody talk so honestly about things like couples counseling, which she wrote.
Well, Michael, I'm sorry, Michelle has said what she has to say. And, when a person like that, excuse my French, you guys, I don't want to get in any trouble here because, Michelle, sorry about that. Michelle Obama, correct. Michelle Obama has already said what she feels. I don't know if you guys have any meat on the bone or want to say anything about it because, it's a relationship situation. How do we know what's really going on in their personal lives? It's just something that's been brought up. I think that she was saying that she didn't want to go to those high caliber meetings and to the funeral because she didn't want to be around President Trump. She was using that excuse at that time, if you guys remember, because that's what I remember. She was peed off to be around him. Do you guys remember that? I'm in the comments again. Sup, Misty. Denny says, what's up? What else we got? We got Mars says, respectfully, Michelle can play in the WNBA. The talent is the same. Ooh. Oh, what else we got? We got Misty Longo says, hey, Denny. What else we got? Where is Obama American birth certificate? Card Care says. Danny Blazer says, her podcast is failing. People dump millions into it. Misty says, you guys are funny. Mark says, first couple of two men. There you. That's what I'm talking about, Mike. Mark. That was a perfect transition, wasn't it? Mark got it though. What else we got? We got Tigress. If her podcast doesn't work out, she's gonna try out as a PRP linebacker. We got Misty Longo that says, "Hey Kendra." Natalie says, how is her new podcast doing? That answers the question. No one's listening to her. Denny Blazer says she's wider than he is. Oh my God, y'all crazy. Let me ask you a question, you guys. They said that Michelle Obama was possibly going to try to run against Trump. I got one question for you guys. You know what I'm about to do. If you think that Michelle Obama can beat Donald Trump in a election, put a thumbs up if you think Michelle Obama can beat Donald Trump. This guy right here, Mr. Wynn. Do you think that Michelle Obama can beat Donald Trump? Put a thumbs up. If you don't think that Michelle Obama can beat Donald Trump in an election, thumbs down. I'm going to tell you what he said. Bring it on. I will wipe her. I will wipe her clean. He even said that about Obama. So I want to know what you guys think. Okay, we got Misty says, no, I am still pushing. I am still pushing, brother. Thumbs down. Merrick says no. J-Dub, thumbs down. Natalie, thumbs down. Thumbs up, says Cannon. Ooh, Cannon said he could beat her. She could beat him. Rebecca, thumbs down. Tigress. Stephen A. Smith is open to running for president. Kendra says, I plead the fifth. Kendra said, I plead the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. I plead the fifth. Your Honor, so I don't get myself in no trouble. I don't want to say nothing wrong. I plead the fifth. The 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. Y'all see that on the Chappelle show? Oh, everybody got the thumbs down. Pig Daddy, Alicia, thumbs down. Tigress, thumbs down. Paul said he could beat her. She could beat him. Ooh, Draco said she got TDS so bad that she couldn't show up to Carter's funeral. Too emotional to hold office. Vinny, thumbs down. Misty Longo says Kendra. Sean, thumbs up. Kendra Walker's dying laughing over there. Misty, oh, you have a great voice. What we got? Can I get a click and jockey? VIP auction group said fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. Okay, Dee Dee says she might not be able to beat him, but his cult is too strong and he's still an idiot. But the Akora, I don't know I don't know what you're trying to say. I can't read that word. It's not a real word. Keep up the good work, Bugatti. I love your show. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate the fact that you love the show because that's why I do it. I come here every single day and I'm dedicated to this content and dedicated to making sure I do what? Gotta make sense. I gotta make sense when I come over here. And I gotta make sure that we're doing what we gotta do. And it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. She pleads the fifth. All right, you guys. All right, you guys. All right, you guys. Everybody's saying that she will not beat him. She will not beat Trump is what he's saying. And that's what she said. So with that being said, you guys, we've come to the point of the show where I want to ask you guys if you got a chance to go ahead and double tap. If you appreciate the content only, if you appreciate the content and you like the content that we got going on over here, go ahead and double tap that screen 2 times and let us know that. Also, we are like 300 people away from the 30,000 subscriber mark. Come on, y'all. Become a member, subscribe to the channel. We are the #1 show, us. In the 6 o'clock hour, we are our bottom line. And what I want you guys to do also, because I always want y'all to get some money, 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 money. Some people got to have it. Some people really really need it, go into the description, check out that survey. It's $700 worth of surveys in there. Fill out a survey, see if you can make some money. Go ahead and get up in there, y'all. Also, I got confirmation for my Show Your Talent concerts that's going to be going on. The Talent Search, the concert, Show Your Talent. That's coming up next month in the month of May. I'm already promoting it because I want to make sure everybody knows what this has to do with. This has to do with you. If you're in the New York City, 5 boroughs, or anywhere in New York, we're about to come out and do talent shows. If you got any sort of talent, singing, dancing, rapping, working out, whatever you do, we want to see it. I'm going to give you $250 if you win in that borough. You will then move on to go against everybody else that won in their borough and have the possibility of winning $1,000. That's right, $1,000. So when you win in that one borough, I give you $250 cash. And then after we do all the boroughs, everybody comes together and the finalists will win $1,000. Yes, I will be hosting it. That's right. Y'all see me on the flyer over there. It's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch, www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's 2 G's, 2 P's. I guess I like doubles. Took the carbonation out because we ain't for the bubbles. Yes, y'all, show your talent. The talent show where you, the consumer, you, whatever your borough you in, you come to the liquor store, you show us what you got going on, and we break you off with $250. And that's like I'm saying, it goes to y'all. I want y'all to get some money in y'all pocket. We not the brand that says, oh, we got this rapper, oh, we got that rapper. No, 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 no. I want to see y'all talent. Show your talent. So whatever your talent is, you're going to be able to have a chance to fill out the entry form. You'll be able to come. You'll show us what you got going on, and boom, I want to see your talent. Whatever it is. I already told y'all, don't let some old lady roll up with a big bucket of chicken or some good food or some collard greens or some macaroni and cheese. Y'all going to be like, wait a minute, Bugatti, that's not talent. Wait a minute. Chefing is talent. And she won. Let's go. We're rounded on the talent. It's about more than just one aspect. Talent is talent. Hey, Bugatti, I need you to come outside in front of the liquor store because I carved this horse. That looked fire. You won. That's what I'm talking about. Talent, not just one category. Let everybody be a part of it, and that's how we rock around here. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all already know what it is. Subscribe to the channel, download, head to the website, and until tomorrow, y'all already know what it is. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Understand that life is here for you to win and for you to keep on moving. As long as you made it today, you'll keep on being able to make it. How about this? Problems present opportunities. Don't worry about the problem because what you were able to wake up today and move forward. Stay positive. Have a fantastic day. Go get some sun, breathe some air, drink some water. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, our bottom line, y'all know what it is. Get 'em. See y'all tomorrow. Peace. One.